Hi, this is Brendan from Watto Training, and in this tutorial we take a look at Toowoomba traffic situations part 1. One of the keys to safe driving in Toowoomba is to use observation and scanning techniques. Scanning means taking in the whole scene 360 degrees around your vehicle. This is a key hazard perception skill that drivers need to use to avoid crashes. You need to scan constantly for hazards when you drive. Effective scanning means constantly moving your eyes and or your head when driving so that you can detect hazards that may arise ahead, to the sides, and behind your vehicle. So taking those dot points into account, let's take a look at some of these situations in Toowoomba. Low clearance sign. This sign warns you a height clearance restriction is ahead for a bridge, underpass, or other structure. In this case, it's going underneath the train line. A regulatory low clearance sign will be displayed on these structures. You must ensure the height of your vehicle is under the height measurement on the sign. If your vehicle is higher than the low clearance height, you must not drive through. Use an alternative route. And you can see on the left of the screen, detour for high vehicles. As we run our eyes deep into the road environment, we can see 3 vehicles. We can see brake lights for the vehicle slowing. It's got a 60 sign. Then it's got a warning sign suggesting that the road will go around to the right and vehicles should slow down to 20 sign, and hidden behind that is a truck warning sign. So these are close up, and further on down we can see black and white directional signs, and we can also see just above the silver vehicle a mirror which gives the drivers a view of what's down in the area where they can't see. So look well ahead when driving your vehicle. Steer the vehicle using your lower fringe vision. Look in the direction you want the vehicle to go, especially in bends and corners. There's the mirror, and it says distorted image because the glass is actually curved. There are more than one of those curved mirrors in Toowoomba. There's another one near the Harristown Cricket Club as well. Then we come down to the bridge, and it says low clearance 3.7 meters. Now we're in town. I believe we're on Margaret Street on this one. Safe driving involves creating a space cushion driving around your vehicle. So what we're looking for here is making sure that we have space to the front, space to the sides, and as much as we can controlling the space to the back, and as we just saw in the earlier slide, overhead. On the left of screen we can see a bicycle lane. It's very important to safely manage bicycles and other road users on the road, but specifically in this slide we'd like to look at the bicycle lane. A bicycle lane is a marked lane with either a bicycle lane sign or a road marking of a bicycle symbol and the word lane painted in white. The road may be painted green. You can choose whether or not to ride in a bicycle lane where one is provided. You must not ride in a bicycle lane on the wrong side of the road, traveling towards the incoming traffic. We can also see in this slide that it's a 40 km/h speed zone, and we've got vehicles parked on the left of the road and also in that center aisle as well. It's very important when you're driving through places like CBDs, etc. Well, all areas, but in particular in this case that we're looking at, central and peripheral vision. While central vision covers about 3 degrees of the visual field straight ahead of us, peripheral vision or side vision covers the rest. Peripheral vision is not as sharp as central vision, but is more sensitive to light and motion and helps us detect events to the side even when we're not looking in that direction. So if that gentleman on the left near that silver vehicle parked on the side of the road walked around the vehicle into your field of vision, you'd see them in your peripheral vision. Also, you can see cars parked in that center area as well. If brake lights came on or there was any movement or people walking out, your peripheral vision would also tap into those as well. Okay, in this diagram we can see that the bike lane ends. We see that we've got red lights, we've still got a 40 zone, and we can see some brake lights on that white four-wheel drive on the right of screen. The next slide, when driving, always have a plan of escape should the traffic conditions quickly change. If a vehicle is tailgating, leave more space in front of your vehicle as this reduces your braking requirements. If you look on the right of screen, you can see that 7-ton GVM and over, i.e. trucks, not allowed. In this slide, we can see that it's important as well in driving in CBD areas that you take a look down at the road surface at the marked, the way the lanes are marked. So you can see the white painted arrows. The left lane is straight ahead or left, and the right lane is a right turn only lane. We can see a 40 km/h speed sign up on our left and up on our right. Posted maximum speeds are for ideal driving conditions. Adjust your speed for traffic, road, and visibility conditions, or when not operating at your best. In this slide, we can see that the driver is sitting in front of us to the left of lane. It's really important. You can see that a driver wants to keep a buffer from the vehicles parked in the center parking area there, but it's important also to stay within the limits of your lane as much as possible. If you're avoiding a child running out or something, again, we've just said the principle of have an escape is to be applied. That wasn't the case in this situation. Okay, in this slide, we can see that the bike lane ends, more vehicles parked in the center angle parking. Well, in this case, the angle's 90 degrees. And up ahead, we can see that there's a warning sign for disabled people, wheelchairs. And we can see that one lane becomes two. So the silver vehicle fades over to the left lane and the right lane is clear. Now we're moving along and we can see that we've got a green light up ahead and a red turning arrow. We can also see, if we look further into the distance, that we've got a railway crossing coming up and another red light. So I like this photo from the concept of look long and deep as far as you can into the road environment so you know what's coming up ahead of time. In this diagram, we can see there's a 40 sign on the left side of the road. We can see the railway crossing that was discussed. And we can see that the drivers have moved through the traffic light zone and there's a red light up ahead. So again, look long into the distance. Okay, lights have turned green, so the traffic moves through. And again, we can see a bike lane on the left. Now we're moving out of town. We can see that we have a left lane which has a painted arrow pointing to left only, and the right lane is straight ahead. So scanning and planning is critical for a driver to be in the correct lane for the given situation. On the right, we can see a right turning lane, but there is a no U-turn sign on the traffic light. On the bottom left of screen, we can see a yellow painted line. An unbroken yellow curb line is a no stopping line. You must not stop for any reason except a medical or similar emergency. If we look up, we can also see that we have a green light, the bus has gone through. And in this example, we've got a school zone. There are a lot of schools around Toowoomba, and one must be vigilant and pay attention. School zone speed limit signs show the times or days that the limit applies. For example, 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on school days. There are also some situations where you have a 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. school zone. If we take a look at the road surface here, we have a keep clear sign. There's a red light and the vehicle in front has put the brakes on but stopped in the keep clear area. You are not allowed to stop between the white lines when you see a keep clear painted marking. This is to ensure vehicles do not obstruct other vehicles from entering the road from a driveway such as outside an ambulance or fire station. They may also be at T-sections to avoid cars blocking the intersection. So when you're driving along through this type of area, you need to look ahead and read the traffic lights, read the flow of the traffic, and make sure that you have sufficient space to stop the vehicle in. I've just put this one in because there's a couple of double lane roundabouts around Toowoomba as well. There's lots of single lane roundabouts. And again, we look at the green and white sign on our left shows us the structure of the roundabout. Also in the residential areas, we have a lot of crossroads. Some of them are marked and some of them are unmarked. In this situation, there are give way signs and give way lines on the road. Give way means to slow down and, if necessary, stop in order to prevent a crash from happening. You must always give way at a give way sign and check it's safe to continue. Give way signs are placed at intersections and other places where other vehicles have priority. Thanks for watching. This has been Brendan from Watto Training.